Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Denali and I am a full-time reseller on eBay and Poshmark. And today I have for you a ThredUp DIY Designer Rescue Box unboxing. So if you're not new to my channel, you know that I love ordering these. I'm a glutton for punishment, and for every good one I get of these boxes, I usually get about 7 that aren't so great. But guess what? Today, guys, spoiler alert, today's box is pretty darn good. I actually already opened it because I just couldn't wait, and it's worth it. It's worth it. So right off the bat, I'm going to tell you, watch this video because it's going to make you want to go out and buy one of these. So to talk about pricing, speaking of buying, the cost of this box is $140. You get 7 items. I will say that the price of this box, it goes up and down. There is no rhyme or reason that I know of why they change the price of this box so often. However, when I purchased this box in mid-December, it did cost $140 plus the cost of shipping and tax. So, like I said, I did open it up. The reason I opened it up, well, because I couldn't wait. And then also, I had good reason to look through the rest of it. The first item that I pulled out, I thought, you know what, I'm going to run this through the wash because it's just going to present a little bit nicer. And lo and behold, that was true. Let's get into it. You can already see it kind of sticking out the top of the box here. Let me scoot the box out of the way. This jacket, which you can already see, is a purple puffy jacket, which, you know, maybe initially doesn't look so cute, but it's actually Moncler. So if you're familiar with this brand, they do make, I'm sure, lots of different items, but I'm familiar with their coats and jackets, and they make really expensive coats and jackets. So this probably retailed somewhere between, gosh, $500 to $1,000, maybe $1,500 originally. Now, MSRP does not always equal resale value. However, I will say these jackets do hold their value quite well. I have sold other purple Moncler jackets, must be a thing for me. And I did get them in DIY rescue boxes, I think, too. So that's funny. So anyways, I was really excited when I saw this in the box right at the top. It is a puffer jacket. The down filling that's in here is in really great condition, which, you know, is not always going to be the case. If you look on the inside here of the jacket, you can see the actual brand label. Here we go. That's what it looks like. They do have this little comic strip that I think they put inside all of their jackets. In addition to that, we do have the hologram for authenticity, which does have a QR code on there, I believe, that you can scan. I don't know what the size of this jacket is off the top of my head, but if I had to guess, it's a small or an extra small. I know that because I tried it on and it doesn't fit me because I love purple. I would have kept this. In terms of flaws for this garment specifically, I did run it through the wash because there was some like light scuffing. Just kind of this material, I think, is subject to that sometimes. There was some light scuffing. I knew it would come out in the wash. This does say dry clean only, but you know, you can wash these sort of garments because I didn't want to have to pay to have it dry cleaned. And then right here, another flaw is you can see on this side, it's got this button snap closure. Well, on this side, it's got, well, both parts of the button snap. So it came out of the jacket here. I don't know how to fix that. So I may list it as is. I may have it fixed, not sure. And then there is just like a loose string here on the button. But other than that, it's actually in really nice condition. It has this detachable hood, but the hood is here. Sometimes that can be a piece that's missing. So overall, really happy about that jacket because in terms of resale, I can probably get a couple $100s for it. And that alone will pay for the cost of this box. It's like, in a way, everything else is just like free because it's like that's gonna pay for it and then some. So the next item, this one's exciting. I mean, I just got excited when I saw it right on the top. So I love a vintage designer bag, and this is a vintage style of Gucci's. I don't know when this style came out or was popular. I'm guessing, was it like the 80s or the 90s? It looks more 90s to me, possibly a little bit later, I'm not sure. It does have a coated canvas on the front or all over. This print here is all coated canvas, and then this is just like a canvas strap with leather trim and a leather shoulder strap. I'm like, what's the word I'm looking for here? The coated canvas is in really great condition, mostly because it is what it is. It's coated, so if anything goes on here, it doesn't really stain. I suppose it could, maybe if you put some red wine on there. But most things would just wipe off here pretty easily. The canvas here looks really good. Maybe just needs like a little lint roll or something. And then the leather strap is pretty good. It's not perfect. It's just got natural wear over time. I think a little bit of leather polish on here will help this look a little bit nicer. I have received vintage Gucci purses in these boxes before. The last one I had, I actually got relined on the inside here because the condition was so poor. But this one, and you might think that this doesn't look great, but this one's actually better than the other one I received. So in my opinion, this whole bag is usable for my standards. Yours might be different. You might want to have it relined. But for me, this is really clean and it looks good. And I should add that I did find a penny on the inside here in the pocket. So always a great reason to check the pockets because they paid me to take this bag. And then right there, it says, what does it say? Gucci, I can't even read it, something collection made in Italy. And then if I flip it over, it does have the serial number on the inside there. It's really tempting to want to keep this bag. I am a collector, not a big collector, but I'm a collector of vintage designer pieces. So will I sell this? That's the $1,000,000 question. It depends on how well I clean it up. And I don't know what that means. Like if I clean it up well, will I keep it or will I sell it? I don't know. That's a great question. Okay, moving on. So that, just to touch on that bag again, that will probably sell for a few hundred, I'm thinking. And so again, that would pay for the box, but we're already past that point to making money on the box. So yes, can we answer, was this a good buy? Yes, this time it was a good buy. Okay, next up, we have a dress from the brand. It's kind of hard to see because of the light and the tag is like all black with gray writing, but it's Proenza Schooler. I believe that's how you pronounce it here. I'm not sure what size this top or dress is. It looks to be a small or extra small to me. I thought possibly it was a dress because of the straps it has here, and I thought like they cross over, but then I also thought, could this be like a blouse? No, it's probably a dress. Now looking at the length, I'm about 5'7", but it hits me around mid-thigh. The only thing is, in terms of flaws, what I noticed is because this is, I believe this is silk, there is just pulls here, and I'm not sure that I want to go and trim them up because I think that it actually could cause further damage to the garment. I'll probably just note them, here's another one in the listing, that there just kind of is snagging throughout, and I'd rather let somebody else like take care of that and do their own damage to the garment. So in terms of resale of that one, probably won't be as high because of the snags, and that's okay because we've got a lot of good stuff anyway already. Okay, you already know what these are because you see a dirty pair of shoes and you're like, oh, in a designer box, they must be Golden Goose. And then you would be correct. So this is what the Golden Goose logo looks like right there, GGDB, which stands for Golden Goose Deluxe Brand. So it's hard to talk about condition when you're speaking about Golden Goose because by default, they are not supposed to look good. And so, it's like, what is fair or poor condition on these when this is how they're sold and this is the style? What I will say is that there's like a little string pull, not sure if you can see it right here. There's this piece of, I want to say the rubber, but the quality of this is so not great that it's almost plasticky. So for this, I could possibly use my heat gun to melt it back on there or just cut that off and then just melt down the edges that are sort of lifting here. And there are a few spots where the edges are lifting. So I might try out my heat gun on that just to see how it does. In terms of any of the rest of this, I am not going to take a magic eraser to this and attempt to clean it because that would take away from what these are supposed to look like. Crazy as that sounds, not going to change out the laces, again, because fresh white laces on these will look totally out of place. The bottoms of both, and the other ones in very similar condition. There's, again, same kind of like weak spots on these, but again, this is intentional. So on the bottoms, it actually doesn't look bad. The tread is worn down a little bit on the front toe bed, but not that bad. There still are ridges in there. More so on the back heel of both of these. And I did receive a pair of Golden Goose in the last DIY rescue box that I got, but the heel tread on the other pair was significantly worse than these. So for me, these are better condition. Like, this is not bad. So again, I have sold Golden Goose before. It's been about a year or so, but those did sell for a few $100s, and I actually sent them to the Real, but they sold for a few $100s. So maybe, just maybe, these will do well also. So again, we are already in the green at this point. This is just icing on the cake for us. Okay, next up we have a pair of Jimmy Choo ballet flats. These are really cute. It is like a gold foil around the shoe here, and then the front here it's kind of almost like like a snake skin. So there is wear on the outer front toe part here to the point that you can see where this person's toe was. And then there's a little bit of wear here on the fabric as well. So I will disclose that obviously in the listing. A little piece of string sticking up here, a little piece on the back, that can all be trimmed. Similar condition on this shoe as well, same kind of weak spots. And then the bottoms actually look really great. It looks like this person probably didn't wear these that much, or they wore them maybe inside like an office environment. So pretty good condition. These are a size 36. The Golden Goose, I think, are a 38 off the top of my head. Okay, next up is a pair of Chloe sandals, and I have sold this brand before. This is what it looks like. It's pretty faint and basic in terms of like their labeling. But I have sold this brand, I think, in handbags and clothing before. Not sure if I sold Chloe shoes. So these are a sandal. They're actually not bad condition. So this is what it looks like. It's got the little ankle strap here. It's got a little bit of lifting here on this like inner liner of the kind of like mid part of your foot. I could probably glue that down. Maybe I could just even trim it up. I don't think my heat gun is going to help that because I really think I need an adhesive to get that to stay down. At the very least, these would benefit from just a wipe down with, I'm going to move my box there, with a leather wipe. I think a leather wipe would do just a lot of good to this. And then for the bottoms, it looks like they actually put I was going to say, what does it say on here? What does it say? Toppy? I don't know what it says. Maybe that's what it's called, toppy. But it looks like they put some sort of covering on the heel and the toe bed of the shoe here. I'm not going to lift that up. I'm going to leave it in place because I don't know what the condition of it looks like underneath, and I don't want to make it worse. These are a size 39. The condition of both of the shoes is pretty similar. The only difference is this one doesn't have the lifting that's as severe. You can see it a little bit, but not as bad. But they're pretty, I don't know, they're cute. I'm happy with it. Last but not least, these are probably, you know, if I got a box full of this, I probably wouldn't be happy. The brand is Manolo, and that's not necessarily the problem here. The problem is that, let me show you this shoe. The strap right here is coming apart, and I know it might be hard to see, but the material here is just, you know, kind of poor quality. And I don't even know if this is something they stitched in additionally to try and help it. But you can see there's a lot of like loose string here. It almost looks like wire. Like they use some sort of wire, or it's from the elastic. The elastic has just come apart. So that's a problem. The rest of the shoe is, you know, it's in fair condition. I mean, we've got some peeling of the gold here at the front toe, and you know, just some overall scuffing and wear to the back of the heel here. The bottoms, you know, we could clean those up a little bit. If the bottoms were the only problem, I would be okay with that. These are a size 37. They do have like the toe indentations there, which, have you ever been able to get that out? I've never successfully been able to just totally remove the presence of toes in a heel before, and yeah, I don't love it. But this side is way worse. So this has just totally come undone. So I would just have to figure out a way to reattach this. I don't know. These either I won't sell for more than like $5 because somebody's gonna have to repair these, or I'm just gonna have to redonate them or chuck them because I'm not sure. Yeah. You know, Goodwill is certainly, if I were to donate them, or the thrift store is certainly not going to be able to repair these. And, you know, it's not the best condition to be donating it in. But, so that is the box. So there were 7 items, which I think I did say in the beginning of the video, and if I forgot, I apologize, but it was $140 plus tax. We did get the Manolo Blahniks, the Jimmy Choo ballet flats, the Chloe sandals, my free penny, the Golden Goose sneakers. We also got the Proenza Schooler dress or top, whatever it is, the Gucci bag, which I may keep, I may sell. We will find out. Time will tell. And last but not least, the Moncler puffer, which I can't decide. I'm like, I don't know what excites me more, the Gucci or the Moncler. To be honest, like the Moncler feels like a little more exciting because I just don't ever really find that brand, so that in itself feels exciting. But let me know what you thought of this box. You know, it's a crapshoot when you order these. I have ordered so many of these, and most, I will say more times than not, they are not great. So when you get a good one, it's kind of fun, and I enjoyed opening this one and sharing it with you guys. So let me know your thoughts, and if you've ordered one recently and if it was great for you or if it sucked. But in the meantime, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.